Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Hope we're all doing good. So today we're going to continue with Abaddon. We might do some of the like metallic today. Get all like the highlighting and stuff done to match this leg on like the rest of the ones we blocked in yesterday. Okay, let's check some stream readers, make sure that's working. We've got like a random battle, so we'll wait a little bit before we start this up. And then we've got like a gold chest, which would be awesome. Let's switch back to this. Let's grab our, get some Viking gold. Okay. Grab our metallic brush, tiny bit of water, mix that in. Right, let's have some coffee as well. Okay, cool. So let's take it off the holder for a minute. Take some of that Viking gold. We don't want too much on the brush, and we don't want it to be too we don't have too much moisture as well. Hatchet, how you doing? Too tired for it to say stream hamsters in the top left? That says stream raiders. Alright, give me 1 second, everybody. Sorry about that. Seem to have like a cold or something again, which is awesome. Bev, how you doing as well? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, typically when like you're highlighting metallics and stuff, unless you're doing like a large area, like unless like your armor's all metallic, for example, like on like Stormcast, you typically don't want to go back in with the like your sort of base coat color, because then when you come back in with your highlight, then you don't really get like the contrast. But because we've put quite a heavy mix of like the transparent black, transparent brown over the metallic, we can get away with using our base coat, which is Viking Gold, as our sort of first highlight. Then we can come back in with some Elven Gold for like some extreme highlights. So like when I was highlighting metallics and stuff now, I'd always come back in with the base coat. And I was thinking, like, I was wondering why my highlights weren't standing out as much as I've seen on like other models and things. And then as soon as I, like, on like your typical sort of metallic where you put like the one wash or whatever over, you come straight back in with like your highlight color, it stands out so much more. Okay, cool. Let's get some Elven Gold. This is our extreme highlight color. You do to work, no worries. Hopefully you have a good day. Alice, welcome in. Dave, how you doing also? Poop. Tiny bit of that. Are you back to normal morning streaming hours? Right. Looks so tiny when he's put down like that. And then you bring it, it's like, it's crazy when like when you're painting a model consistently, you sort of forget how like the size difference. Like if we bring this model in real quick, he's like as tall or a bit shorter than the Ogrowth Thermatorg. And that's like a big model. But then when you come in with like a Space Marine, this is Primaris, by the way. You start to get an idea of like the sort of scale difference, not just like the height wise, but like the overall like thickness of basically like thick thighs. You know what I mean? Like like the bulk, I guess, of the armor and everything like that. It's crazy. Yeah, for the stream, I'm gonna try and like not next. Is it next week or is it the week after? Not next week, the week after. We're probably going to need to take the week off because of like the building works and stuff and that's going to be going on in the house. And also we have to like basically completely remove all like the stream setup and everything like that out of this room, because obviously they're going to be working on the room and stuff and that, so they need air, like the space to work in. So not next week, the week after. We'll probably be taking the week off, and then we can reset up the stream and everything. Hopefully we get it sorted out a bit, get it a bit more organized. But for now, while Munchkin is doing nights and things like that, it looks like she's going to be staying on nights permanently for the time being. I'm going to try and stick to a schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We do We start around 1 p.m. UK, and we go till about 3, possibly 4 o'clock. So like 2-3 hours in the afternoon. Then we end, take like the break, we do dinner, everything like that. Then Munchkin goes off to work, and we come back then about 6 o'clock till about 9 o'clock, something like that. And then the Tuesdays, like, and Thursdays, we just do 1 till about 3-4 o'clock again. So we might not be doing like 4 or 5 hours in one stream, but because I'm going to be trying to stream Monday to Friday as often as I can, there will be more streams, but I know everyone can't make it to the like evening stream and stuff. But yeah, if we like consistently end around like 3 p.m, I might see if I can start streaming about 12 instead of 1, so like an hour earlier. So we can get 3 hours in the morning, and then 3 hours in like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Just do a little bit of Elven Gold there. Said to Abaddon, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Or the more you get destroyed. Careful with Building Works and Yeehaw Cowboys in the UK. This is all through their like the letting agency, because we're still in like a rented property at the moment, and the property we're in currently is considered a managed property, which means basically the letting agency kind of has like full control over the property. They still have to get like authorization and everything like that through like from the landlord, but any sort of maintenance or basically any sort of issue you have, you contact the letting agency, they'll contact the landlord, and then they'll provide the builders or whatever sort of work you need doing, rather than leaving it up to the landlord to do everything, because sometimes you get a landlord that just basically doesn't give a shit. All they want is their money each month. So it's working out all right so far. So yeah, if there's any issues and things like that, nothing to do with us. So yeah, they have like their own team of like builders and stuff and that they source from. Yeah, we just need to basically clear the room, and then we'll go from there, see how long it takes. Yeah, we're thinking about potentially moving again towards the, because we've been doing some like calculations and stuff in that, and sort of like the amount of money we're paying for this place, we can get a pretty much like a new house for a similar sort of cost. So we want to try and find somewhere that we can move into for a good few years, and then take that opportunity then to try and save up to eventually buy a property. Hopefully with a bit more time under our belt with painting, streaming, all that kind of stuff. I want to do some like competitions and everything like that. We'll see how we go. I'm sure it'll all work out. So just return to that Viking Gold, do some stippling, do some sort of edge highlighting, everything like that. Pick out like the raised areas, a little bit more on like the flatter areas. So yeah, we've got barely any moisture on the brush, barely any paint, so we can, I don't want to say be like carefree, but we can pretty much brush over the entire trim, not worry too much about it applying like a load of paint. And on like the more extreme edges and stuff and that, we can come back in, a bit more moisture. Get the outside of the trim a little bit lighter than the inside. Stipple in some brighter spots of metallic. Cool. You have a photo log of the building work before, during, and after. A lot of trusting British labourers, experience was terrible. Well, we've already taken photos because obviously we have to take the photos to report like the issues and everything like that. They're like the assessor, I guess you could call them, came around, did like the survey and everything like that, took their own photos. So it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I appreciate the advice though. Oh no, 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 no. I might switch brushes. Because of the amount of like work we've done with like stippling and metallic work and that with this brush, it's okay for doing like broader strokes and everything, doing like base coats and all that stuff. But doing more precision work is a bit more tricky. We're catching that panel quite a lot as well. Yeah, the switch brushes. We need to get a new, like basically make this one metallic brush and then get a new version of this. Be careful with computer equipment. It's spring clean and 2 PCs went on the blink. Hardly even touch them. Once had to be unplugged and replugged in to get them working again. It's like voodoo. Hydrate posture check, nice. Just had a sip of coffee, stretch out the back real quick. I'm super careful with my electronics and everything like that. Probably a bit like over cautious, but because obviously we use the computer and stuff like every day. It makes sense to take care of it. At some point, I want to upgrade like the, I think it's what, 4, 5 years old now, something like that. I think the PC is. I want to get like a new CPU, get like the new motherboard and everything like that. The graphics card I'm not too concerned about because graphic card prices and availability at the moment is just insane. Like we get more of a benefit from a CPU upgrade in terms of like the stream and everything. Do a quick comparison. Nice. The thing I like about the metallics as well, when you do a lot more of a control sort of highlight and like stipple application, is if you look at it like straight on, this like subtle highlights that you can see. Then as you rotate it around and it catches more of the light, you get a lot more of that shine. So you get like a ton of variation in the color depending on which angle you look at it, which is really cool. Welcome back, Alex, by the way. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday to everybody. Hopefully everyone's got a nice easy day. Got some painting plans and stuff for the weekend. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's not forget about the back of the trim. Okay, very nice. Okay. Looking good. Let's go up here. Yeah, I'm just taking my time. Get a nice controlled highlight on all the metallic. Going to that Elven Gold. Focus it a bit more on the edges to start with. And remove a bit more of the paint off the brush. And go in with a bit more confidence. So highlight, like, select parts of the flat areas of the panel. Take a bit more. Come in, do a highlight on the inside edge. Something like that. Okay. I think that's all the trim we blocked in so far. This one's looking a little bit too flat for my liking. I have to go upstairs and get Lily in a second because we need to do that. Oh no, it sounds like Munchin's getting it. All good. Hmm. Hello, you. You alright? Do you need to go out, do you? Okay. Alright, give me 2 minutes, everybody. Just gonna go let Lily out and everything. Shouldn't be too long now. Sorry about everybody. Right. Lily's being fed, being let out and everything like that, which is all good. Do a quick couple of battles of Stream Raiders. Oh, Windows, I don't want to update you right now. Now is not the right time. Switch back to this. Okay. Have some more coffee. Okay. Oh yeah, we're working on the trim for the claw, weren't we? You alright, Lily? You've ate all your food? Oh no, there's a bit left in the bowl. Your claws on the floor. Okay, let's go into that Elven Gold again. Start over here. See if we can get a nice highlight on that little edge bit here. Okay. Yeah, basically just letting the brush do most of the work for us. Then I catch more of like the raised areas. bit less moisture on the brush. Don't have to worry too much about it. Applying like a huge load of paint. Cool. So, as we rotate it around, we get a lot more like variation in all that metallic now. Get some bright spots, get some shadows. Spots of like the highlights in that. Looking cool. It's lunchtime already? Yeah, it's 2 o'clock already. Can really believe it's already been 50 minutes? No. What does Abaddon eat all day? Bet it's Weetabix. Yeah, probably. Probably a big believer in like the 5 a day. Hello.
Hi.
All right. Oh yeah, what do you think of the blue on the armor?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't ask you my opinion for.
Good to get outside opinions.
Wow, I'm an out. Wow, I'm an
No. Okay, opinions that's not mine. There you go. I said hello earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah, I thought you were coming down, but obviously you let Lily downstairs. I thought you were coming down as well, but obviously not.
Hi. What time are you stopping?
Whenever you want, really. Well, probably like anywhere from like 3 o'clock onwards.
3:30.
3:30 sounds good.
Cool. We're gonna get McDonald's, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Speak to you too. Enjoy.
Nice. Gonna have a McDonald's for tea. Because, it's Friday. Why not? Cool. Looks good. We need to do some purple and stuff on this knee. So when we do that, we'll take the purple up a tiny bit more onto this trim piece here. We needed to get that done because we still need to put the chest sort of weird like skull pipe sort of design thing on the chest. It could fit in right there. So we'll have to paint all that up, and then we'll have to do like the purple and stuff on that on this. And then when we've put this on the model, I'm going to go back in with the pipe set over it, depending on how much space there is. If it sits flush to the model, we don't have to do anything. If there's like a slight gap, I want to create like a shadow. Let's see if we can set it on real quick, see how it looks. So it sits right like that. So yeah, we do a brighter purple on all like the pipes and everything. That's not too bad, that'll be okay. That casts more of a shadow anyway, so we don't really have too much with that. Maybe we glaze in a bit of a dark purple behind here. Yeah, looks good.
Skits Mix is now hosting my stream with 35 viewers.
Skits, how you doing? Wonder why it says hosts, not raids. I'm sure that alert's got a mind of its own. That's quick. How you doing? You might be chicken dippers. We get we shouldn't really, but we get Lily some like chicken nuggets. Skits, how you doing? Spotty, welcome in. Here to be a problem. We don't need more of those, thank you. We've got enough of our own. Thanks for that shout as well. Yeah, how's the stream? What'd you get up to today? We've been working on Abaddon recently. Got a bit of the base done. Bit more work on like the bullet casings and stuff, like the torch, that like wing sort of metal design thing, whatever that's supposed to be. So we've got that, and then we've got, this is our progress so far. Yeah, if you haven't seen this model, the idea behind it is it incorporates the 4 colors of the Chaos Gods. So we have the red. We're going to put the cloak on it. But I got a bit carried away with the red and did like the OSL from the torch on the whole back of it. But when we put the cloak on, it covers pretty much all that anyway. So you don't really have to mess about with that too much. Then we have the green on the sword. We have blue on the claw. And then we have a purple sort of OSL hitting like the chest. So yeah, we're just working on some of the trim, highlighting them up.
Ravingcat is now following.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Is he Abaddon? Yes.
Rathmore TV is now following.
Thanks for that follow as well. Remember, after midnight, I gotta sleep. Get up early-ish in the morning. So about no worries at all. All good. Have a great night. Hopefully you have a good day tomorrow and a good weekend and all that good stuff. Yeah, we have some stream raiders on the go. If you want to get in on that. After this battle is a gold chest, I believe. So if you need some more gold. Okay. Got some nice highlights on all that gold trim that we base coated and washed yesterday. So I think what I want to do is stick it on the holder for a second. Continue with this blue, like this grey blue on the armor. Get a little bit in there. Get all this done. Back of this arm. So let's do that real quick. Well, I say real quick, but you know me. Weak skits. So we need black first. So let's get coal black. A bit of that. Oh, does anyone know what if there's going to be any pre-orders this weekend? Dark grey blue. I know last weekend was the pre-order for the Chaos Space Marines and Eldar box that I thought would sell out. But looking at the price of the box, in my opinion, is too expensive. Grey blue. Like, I think it's what, £125 for the box, and you only get what is it, 13 or so miniatures, something like that. It's a cool looking box and everything, but I just prefer a standalone box for Eldar rather than a mixed box. It's a train set for Necromunda. Okay, the pre-orders are announced every Sunday for next week, so it'd been... Wow, okay. 15 including one monster. Yeah, you get like that chaos... What's it called? I don't know, I can't remember. That like beast thing. Okay. Let's get a touch of water. Tiny bit more. That's good. So we'll take that black. Sneak in there. Bit of that grey, that dark grey blue. Just like that. A tiny touch of that grey blue. Mix that in. There we go. Looks good. It's not a lot of stuff, no. Yeah, for the price they're asking for it. I don't know. Said I'd much prefer a standalone Eldar box. So let's put a little bit of black down, stipple in some of that dark grey blue. We'll take a little bit more. Focus on the edge first. Stipple in a tiny bit more. Take a bit of that grey blue. Create a sort of like in-between mix between the two colours. Take the excess off on the glove. Once again, focus the edge first. A little bit of stippling. Try and sneak the brush to the top of that panel like that. Stipple in some of that brighter colour now. Take it around like that. If we go too heavy, it's not an issue. Take a little bit of moisture, soften it up a bit. Pull some of that colour round. And go back in with some black now. Super careful, super light pressure. Drop some over that. Tone that section down a tiny bit. Take a bit more of that mixed colour now. Like that. Then we're going to take some of that black. We're going to put a bit of more water in it, create a sort of glaze. Check the moisture on the glove. Come in from that recess. Glaze over that grey blue we just put down. That just turns it down, smooths it all out. Bit more fitting for like the location. Clean up that pipe. There we go. Right, let's catch up for a second. By the way, ordered a few Lord of the Rings models, the Balrog and the Fellowship of the Ring. It's a remake of Diary back in 1994 and Lost. The Balrog is awesome. The only thing I don't like about the Lord of the Rings models is they're a lot smaller in scale. I'm a big fan of, like, obviously, like the larger models. It allows you to be, in my opinion, a lot more creative. Yeah, they do some cool models though. Maiden Minis, how you doing? You might get the Lumineth boxes. There's some nice bits, mix of bits. Sounds like a good idea. Some Horrible Tau, Horrible Tau made it to order. Can't think who would want that. Oh God, I can't even read. Some Horrible Tau made to order. So some made to order Tau models. Okay. Someone who would like an Outcast focused Eldar army. Raise children, Chaos Space Marines army. You treat yourself to the tomorrow to the box. Yeah, like if you don't get me wrong, the Chaos Space Marines look cool. The Eldar look cool. But in my opinion, the box is too expensive for what you get in it. I said personally I'd much prefer a Eldar focused box rather than the combination of two armies, which I'm sure we'll probably be getting at some point in the future. They'll probably release like a Battle Force box.
Maple Kengdar is now following.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Happy Friday to everyone, by the way. So just doing the same thing again. Start off with some black. Stipple in some of that dark grey blue. Get a combination mix of the two. Tiny bit too bright. This is why we always test on the glove. Come back in. Focus that brighter colour to the edge first. Work it down. Just like that. Let that dry for a second, then we'll do that black blaze again. While that's drying, let's come up here. Give a little mix on the glove. So again, focus the edge first. Allow that dark grey blue and that black to mix. Bit of stippling. Just like that. Get some of that pure dark grey blue now. Reinforce a bit at the edge. Pull that colour around, a little bit of moisture. Soften that up. Just like that. Try your best to have a bit of patience with it. Like the first a couple of layers might not look like much is happening. You might be tempted to rush through to a brighter color to get some contrast going. If you stick with the process, work through the layers, build up that brightness slowly. If you go too bright, just glaze back over with your shadow. In this case, we're using black, or like your darkest color. So leave that like that for a second, let that dry. Take some water, take some of that black, come down here, focus the black into the recess first, just glaze over all that blue, tones it down, smooths it out. Okay, before we do the glaze on this top section, I want to stipple in some black. The shoulder pad will sit over this panel, or like the majority of the panel, so we don't have to be too focused on how it looks. But you can, like when we put the shoulder pad on before, you can see a bit of the panel underneath. Looks good. Okay. A bit more of a focus controlled edge highlight now, just to finish this off. A bit like that. A bit over there as well. Cool. Do you spot a Nancy shark? Uh-oh. Poor Spotty and all the different name variations. Yeah. Okay, let's do this lower panel next. The front has purple on it, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Start off with black. I'm trying to leave like a black sort of border to separate the panels. So like if you look at the Games Workshop website and you see how Abaddon's panels have been highlighted, they've done more of like a, not necessarily an edge highlight, but they've highlighted the panels with like a line that goes around the inside of the panel but leaves a gap. So we sort of recreated that, but we've gone a lot. We've taken our blue-gray and covered the majority of the panel. Like, the Games Workshop website, paint jobs and stuff and that are amazing. But the way they highlight the panels and stuff and that, it just doesn't really make much sense to me.
Donashi is now following.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. We've got Stream Raiders. We shall start that up in a second. Let me just do a little bit more highlighting, a little bit more stippling on this panel here. And when I'm painting, I like to, if I'm working on a specific area, like this panel, I like to get it finished before we, do things like Stream Raiders, take breaks and stuff. That's why we paint for a little bit, catch up with the chat, paint for a little bit more, catch up with the chat, because it helps me stay focused on what I'm doing. Obviously that means we respond to the chat a bit later than we probably should do, but I still have to do that. There we go. Okay, let's do some Stream Raiders, catch up with the chat for a second. Put this down like that. Cool. Fighting. Fight. I love you both. Yeah. I love everyone equally and also not what? Gently. Gotta shine hates it. See? Say what you want, deep down inside you can hate. Listen, everyone. I hate everyone equally. There you go. I love everyone equally except them. You promised nudes but didn't get any. Who promised you nudes? Promised this thing. If anything, it should be the other way around. Payment for like hours of not entertainment. Love is in brushstrokes. That's one way to put it. Cool. There we go. So, gold chest battle time. So you can need some gold, get some units in on this. Let's put something a bit more substantial down, I think. Yeah, let's go Templar. Why not? There we go. See each one of you in hell. Yep. That's the plan. Camera broke. Can't really use that as an excuse because, streaming. Hopefully, we're only joking and everything and stuff. Seems like Twitch is cracking down on a bunch of stuff. like TOS related, which is a good thing. But hopefully they don't like take it too far in a way, and you can still have a joke and a laugh on stream and not take things too seriously. Don't get me wrong, the idea of like a safe and like equal environment and stuff like that for everybody sounds amazing, but people's communities and stuff like that are slightly different. Everyone has like different sense of humor and stuff like that. Like we try and keep the stream pretty like a PG, I guess, in a way, but we do have a laugh every now and again. Like what's the saying? Like take everything with like a pinch of salt. Is that the correct saying? That's sort of like the attitude I bring, like especially when watching Twitch. So a lot of the time, like especially like the larger streamers and stuff and that, a lot of their chats are just chaotic, I guess is the way to put it. Bunch of people spamming the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, I don't like this. The highlight on this edge is looking too similar or across like the whole section. Went a bit too bright too quickly, I think. Just taking some black, toning it down slightly, taking a darker version of the mix, and we'll come back and we'll do a little highlight. Take a slightly brighter version now. A bit more of a stippled highlight, do a little highlight there. A little highlight on this scratch here. Underneath as well. That looks way better. Awesome. Bam. Everyone's smartphone has a camera. You keep thinking how much you'd like to get one of those Chaos Space Marine Noise Marine models, painted up high quality. The way it's painted up on the Games Workshop website is awesome. Yeah, The night. Okay. Bit too much to drink last night. See, like a comment like that. It was literally only a joke, but someone could take it quite seriously. So you do sort of have to be careful. We try and think about what we're going to say before we say it. You know. PG, potty mouth gamers. Sounds good. You know someone who can do that? Or paint the box art version of the Noise Marine. That'd be pretty impressive. Or Jacketist Grandness. Are they in the UK? Possibly. Don't think before speaking. Yeah. Yeah. We try and, like I said, we try and, in a way, like filter what we're gonna say. Yeah. Try not to take things too seriously. Just painting, having a bit of fun, you know. So for this panel, slightly different approach because we have like that recessed design. We're going to start off with a super dark layer of some black, that dark blue gray, but we're mainly going to focus like the highlights around the design. We're not going to push the highlights too far, because guaranteed when we come in to do like the reds and like the glow in the design, we'll catch the panel. Then we'll have to go back, re-highlight back up. So it's pointless highlighting the panel to like almost completion, and then having to re-highlight it back up again. So we'll just do a little bit of highlighting to get it established. Then we'll grab some reds, do that recess design. Maybe we'll push it to orange. And then we'll continue with the highlighting. Look, here we type here. Yeah. Like sometimes I wonder what it would be like to sit around like a table with everyone in the chat. Like how much of a different environment would be like created. Be cool. So just get some burnt red, bold Pyro, our favorite reds. Want to support. That box art is probably one of the better painted models. I'll bring it up real quick so everyone knows what we're talking about. This. This is just crazy. We've done a sort of leopard printy pattern before. Green base rim, no. Is there like a 360? There is. Perfect. The hair looks awesome as well. I wonder if it's this. Munchkin just sent us a joke. Cop pulled me over and said papers, so I said scissors, I win, and drove off. Yeah, this model's awesome. Very cool, very cool. Let me see if I can get the picture of like the cloak we did. I have to scroll down quite a bit. Surely it's not that far down, no way. There it is. Wonder if we can see the that's the outside. So you can sort of see like the spots on the inside of the cloak. We kept them super subtle. This was like their what do you call it, like the homage, is that the word? Like paying like homage to the old version of this model. Yeah, such a cool model this is. Super fun to paint. Had a lot of fun glazing in like all these blues. Yeah, super cool. We're making progress with our painting, I think. Spike and stab us. Wow, that turned dark quick. Sleep time, Raven Cat? No worries at all. You have a great night. Thank you for that follow and stopping by. Hopefully see you again. You'd only painted purple. Well, that noise marine, yeah, of course. No, we wouldn't. We don't only paint purple. We try and incorporate purple into our models somewhere, but not. I don't think I've actually painted a single completely purple model. Yeah, see what I mean about catching the panel? Trying to do this recess design. Yeah. Hatchet, if you're looking for someone to paint it, you can send us a message on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, whatever you want. Just building up layers of burnt red, establishing a base tone. Yeah, old school models, hence the green base. Yeah, yeah. Bright hair color is a mess. Just looking over the next lot to Alchemist. It's a F ton of Death Guard. Want to see the thing Alchemist painted for you? Is it the Space Marine? If it is, definitely. If it's not, definitely. Yeah, pop a picture in the Discord. Take a look. So now we're going in with Bold Pyro. I'm going over a bit more of the design than I typically would normally to try and really make it stand out. We're definitely going to throw some orange in here as well. Like, you can thin down the paint a touch more than you typically would to help it sort of flow into the design. You can literally just like tap the brush to the model. Just like that. We'll let that fully dry now. Before we mess with it too much, let's grab some orange while we're waiting. Legion cards for Emperor's Children, of which the Night Greens are most visible parts. Purple and gold. I think we're in luck. I like purple. I like gold. Done. Awesome. Perfect timing. That'll give us a bit of chance to let that dry. Let's open up Discord. Completed minis. Ooh. Switch to this. Can I zoom in? Boop. Perfect. That's awesome. That's like the marine you get in the like start collecting magazine thing, like the introduction one with like the base. It's cool. Really nice color. Nice work on the trim as well. Bit of like a yellow sort of OSL coming from underneath the helmet. Nice contrast in the recesses as well. Yeah. Nice bit of shadow down here. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, like the non-metallic metal look you can get with like the contrast paints is pretty cool. Almost like highlights itself. Yeah, it looks awesome. This is Primaris and Empress Children colours. You never know with Spotty. So we're going to do the same thing again. Slightly thin down that orange, a touch more than you normally would. Just tap the brush into the recess, just let it flow, let it settle. There we go. I just want to take some of that burnt red. Just help smooth out some of that orange. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to take that dark grey blue, and we're going to be super careful now, and we're just going to clean up around the edge of the design. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit brighter. Mix in a touch of that grey blue. Take the time, don't rush it too much. Okay, a little bit lighter now, a bit more of that grey blue. There you go. Don't want to take it too much brighter there, I don't think. Because then you start to lose the impact of the orange. I think that's good. Wow. It's Friday. It's supposed to be happy, not super dark. Supposed to be all excited for the weekend. Okay. So we've pretty much got all the blue apart from like this section up here. Arms, got that bit there, bit on the feet, on the front end. It's looking good. How much time do we have? We have just under 3.5 minutes on stream radius, coming up to 3 o'clock. We could probably do one more battle. I think what I want to do is get some purple and try and get a little bit of the purple sort of OSL reflection on that knee. And then we can do this bit up here as well. How much does that chest design cover? Come on. Slot in like that. Doesn't actually cover anything that we don't need to paint, if that makes sense. Everything that it covers is painted. So we could potentially glue that on. And then do the purple, because we'd have to do all the purple on the piping and everything. Yeah, okay. Just take that off for a minute. We'll probably do that on the second part of the stream. Okay. Let's get a little bit of black metal. Wow. Everyone's got out of the wrong side of the bed today, by the looks of it. Get our metallic brush, touch the water. Mix that in. Okay. Streamer, just gonna have to wait a second. Can we reach? No, let's take it off the holder. Okay, nice. Set that down, let it dry. Let's do some stream raiders. Boop. Yeah, let's put that like that, I think. There we go. Must be chaos. Must be the chaos Alex makes the stream. I'd like to get your everyone's opinion as well on what we should do with this model. I'll show you after the stream when it's back. A nice bit of gold in reserve now. Okay, let's do one more battle. Keep leveling up our warrior. Trying to get to level 30. Okay. So yeah, like we have this model. Like the plan for it was going to be to do it as like our first raffle. Just to judge to see how, like, I guess how well the idea of a raffle would work. So if you've watched Chris Frozen's stream, totally stole the idea from him. Each month or so, he does like a raffle of a model. And I was thinking, like, we'd probably do like a £5 ticket entry. So like the same cost as like a Twitch subscription. So instead of subscribing, you could just enter the raffle instead. And then going forward from there, depending how well it goes, we'd probably do like Abaddon would probably be like the next one. And then we'd be working on Gulliman after Abaddon. And that would be like the next raffle. So it wouldn't be like every month or so. It'd just be, we'd paint up a model because I'd want it to be fully painted and finished. And then we'd do the raffle for that model. Then we'd move on to the next one. We'll see. Okay, let's do that skull as well. Let's get some. Let's get some dark umber. I think Gene Stealer Purple is one of the reasons you like playing Gene Stealer Cult Army so much. I take part in the Sheffield Blood Bowl League with a painted team. Painted team for you. Picture in the Discord. Or Chris. That doesn't sound right. Give me a sec. Let me pull this picture up real quick and we'll talk about the text I just got now. Boop. Boop. Right. There's no way to zoom in. That's annoying. Some pictures you can zoom in on, some you can't. That's awesome. Very cool, very cool. Well, yeah, depending where you are in Sheffield, Elven Games just opened up a store. So you can get all like your models and your paints and stuff and that cheaper. I like going in store for things because you can like look around. Like buying online and that is great, but it doesn't beat the store experience. This is cool. Very nice, very nice. Ugh, PC on the floor though. Not sure about that. Nah, just joking. Yeah, it's cool, very cool. I like it. Okay. So, bearing in mind, we don't go anywhere. Or on very rare occasions, we leave the house to do like shopping or something like that. But we never get out the car. Munchkin does everything. And apparently, it's probably fake because it's a mobile number I don't recognize. And also, I already have text messages from the NHS, like COVID line and all that stuff about booking like the vaccine and everything. And it's come from a different number. And apparently, we've come into contact with someone, doesn't say, just says we come in contact with a positive case, apparently. And we got to apply for a test kit. We already have one, so we'll do one later. It doesn't say like the date, doesn't say where. So I think that like I don't trust that, to be honest. I think the Sheffield Elmer Game Store is nice and close to the tram route, which is good for you with your limited walking distance. Got to sort out renewing your disability bus pass. Yeah, we're lucky we got a disability badge, the car and everything. Oh yeah, the skull. That's what we're doing. Cool. Yeah, the people at Elmer Games and stuff and that are super awesome. Yeah, I've been to like the main sort of headquarters, I guess you could call it, or like the main, like the large store, and then I've been to the one, like the smaller store that opened recently in Nottingham as well. All the staff and stuff are there, super awesome and friendly. Like last time I went in, after like the painting competition stuff and that they were running, there's a person painting blood angels, and we spent ages having a conversation with them about blood angels and stuff and that, and because they were doing like conversions. It was awesome. Like I don't know, feels like a different environment, because from my experience, if like when you go into the store and stuff, they like almost like want you to be in the store, not just to buy stuff. Like some stores now you go in, all they're really interested in, like I'm not saying Games Workshop or whatever, talking like stores in general, they typically want you to be in there if you're buying something, if you're not, to sort of get out. That's not my experience that I've had with Elven games. They want you to be in the store, they're happy to like give out advice and just basically talk rather than it being like, oh, you know, oh, buy this, buy that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can get away with entering this model into this month's competition. Cool. What we got? Just under 20 minutes. Where's our ivory? There it is. We updated your blue badge in ages due to not having one this side of Sheffield who could drive you. Yeah. Having like the badge and stuff and that is super nice for like parking in like the town centre and everything. Where's our music on? There we go. So just took a bit of that ivory, mixed it into that dark umber. Okay, let's mix in a bit more ivory now. Yeah, the way I like to do the skulls and stuff is I like to do a few layers a color on the skull first before we do the wash. I think it adds a bit more variety to the color. We need to be a bit more
Iron Kong 1 is now following.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Yeah, we can be a bit more, what should I say, a little less precise with our application, because we know we've got that sort of safety net of the wash, which we'll be applying. Start creating that texture and everything as well. We do like varying amounts of like weathering on like different skulls. Like for example, if we bring the base in real fast, like these skulls are painted up super bright. Reason being for that, because the base is going to be getting washes, pigment powders, and all that kind of stuff put on it. So we need to put everything on the base brighter than we normally typically would, because it's going to be dulled down with the processes afterwards. Okay, let's take a little bit more ivory. Mix that in. Pick out like the features, like the teeth, around the eyes, around the nose and all that stuff. A little bit on the scratch as well. Then we're going to take the majority of the paint off the brush, make sure there's barely any moisture. Gonna do varying directions with the brush. Yeah, typically when you paint, you want to keep the brush strokes all in the same direction for it to be super smooth. On the skulls, you can get away with approaching it from all different angles. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if this needs a wash, to be fair. Kind of like the way it looks now. Okay, let's do one final highlight then. Pretty much pure ivory at this point. Want a bit more paint, a little less water. Always testing on the glove. And now, because we're not doing that wash, we'll be a lot more precise. Put the highlights exactly where we want them to be. Find that little crack in the skull. Same on the back. Light applications. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Now let's go back to that chain. This is where I'm talking about doing the base coat in your dark metallic, do your wash, and then come back in with your lighter metallic, do your highlighting. Run out of space. That's good. I try and only use like one bit of palette paper for the entire week. If we do all the front facing links first, then we can rotate, hit the side ones. Tiny bit more silver. Tiny bit more. Excuse me. Okay. Some more. Okay, that's good. Let's do the back real quick. Nice. You alright, Lily? How you doing?
Good time. Get nugget.
I
Good time. Stop it.
only got 8 minutes left.
Stop it.
8 minutes. You can wait.
Hey, Daddy. Who's your daddy? Special. I'm on your toy.
Mm-hmm. Bri says hello, by the way. That's what?
Who?
Spotty says hello.
Hi everyone.
Wow.
Please.
Wow. Like your parents, where they go through everyone's name but yours.
Yeah.
But they don't do that for anyone else. They always get everyone else's name right.
What? Sorry. I thought you said
Talking about you, silly.
what?
I'm sure Alex gets a hello.
Oh, everyone.
I know. I'm sorry, Spotty. Can't get the staff these days, can you?
Oh, bug off you. You can't just stop here and eat food. What are you doing? What are you sitting there for?
He's gonna cry himself to sleep, Spotty.
Oh, bugger off. Oh. She's waiting.
We've literally got less than 4 minutes.
Less than 4 minutes, baby, okay? You say, no, that's not good enough. I'm gonna sit here and sulk. You sulking. Yeah. I know you're in trouble.
She's fine, dear.
It's so dear. That me.
We're not mean at all. Okay, let's get a little bit more water. I'm literally just using the black we have on the palette. A little bit more water mixed in, creating our own sort of wash. No point putting transparent black or anything on the palette, just to do these little bits. Half this you're not even going to see because they're going to be behind the cloak anyway. Just in case it sort of sneaks past it. Better off painting everything. Okay, we got 7 seconds. Okay. Put you like that. Let's do this Stream Raiders battle. And then we'll do a quick little overview of what we've done. Not much. Stream Raiders. Throw that down like that. Like this. And hello. Stream Raiders, wake up. Let's follow that channel. You know, brushes and everything. I always like to clean the brushes for every use. There we go. We'll pick this up later tonight when we come back. So switch to this. Got the brush soap and everything. So we're getting there, making decent progress. So we've got pretty much all the trim done. So we need to do that purple. So what I might do is I might glue the little chest design thing on, and then do the purple and stuff and that for that, because then we can do the knee and stuff and everything as well. We need to do the blue and everything on this top section here, but I'm going to leave that for a minute. I want to get like all the lower sections done, or like these pipes and everything like that. All that stuff done as well. We're getting there. The biggest thing to tackle is going to be the cloak. So we can do a little test sort of section on the tabard area. I'm still in two minds whether to do like a two-tone cloak like they do on the Games Workshop website. They've got the outside is like the brown, and the inside I'm pretty sure is red. But we won't be doing red because obviously we're doing the... Maybe actually, because we're doing the OSL glow on the outside of the cloak, we don't need to do the two-tone. Just keep the cloak all one color and then just use the red OSL glow to create that color. I think that's a good idea. So yeah, happy with the way it's going. Let's put that to one side. Let's grab our brush soap. Time to raid Jan. Jan's on. Sounds good. Clean these brushes off real fast. Get these covers on. 1 and 2. Okay. So let's have a quick look, see who's doing what. I'm guessing Jan's doing Kingdom Death. So Kingdom Death. Oh no, Moonstone Friday. Sounds good to me. Okay, yeah. This is going to be the end of part 1 for today. We're going to do some, grab some food, all that good stuff. Mention I'll go off to work, so we should be back later tonight, or probably around 6 p.m, something like that. It's in about 2 hours, 20 minutes ish. Then we'll do some more work on Abaddon. So let's get that raid set up. Just lose the headphones for now. Don't need them anymore. So 3. Spanning. Like that, I believe. That's good. Yeah. So if you're not going to be here for the evening stream, have a great rest of your day. Have an awesome weekend. If you are going to be here for the evening stream, I'll see you in a few hours, everybody, okay? So yeah, right over to Jen. Painting some cool models. And I'll see you all later tonight. Bye.